When you open up an Android app on your device, the layout of the app is made up of a combination of individual building blocks called views. There are a number of different types of views. Today we will look at one called the text view. The format for the text view is demonstrated above. The rest of the code on the screen is explained in depth in other tutorials. There are a number of attributes associated with the text view. Among the most important of these attributes is the text attribute. The value we store in the text attribute will be the words that are displayed on the screen. Let's run the code to see what this looks like so far. The items listed above include an actual Android device and 4 emulators. Emulators are virtual devices we use to test our apps. If you don't have these set up yet, watch our device and emulator setup video. An emulator starts up just like a real device would. Our app is now open and displaying our text view. Now let's increase the size of our text and change its color. This will be done by changing some of the attribute values of our text view. Our text is now larger, centered, and has color. Now, we are going to add an additional text view to the layout of our app. As with every view type, the width and height of our text views are essential attributes. In both of our text views, we have set the width and height values to wrap content. This simply means that the width and height of our text views will be set to the precise lengths that will allow all of our text to be displayed. The text color attribute controls the color of the text. We can use either Android supported color values or hexadecimal color values. In this example, we use an Android supported color value. The text size attribute determines how large our text will appear on the screen. We set our text size here to 20 SP. SP stands for Scale Independent Pixels. Scale Independent Pixels scale the text elements of an app on a user screen based on the specific screen preferences of that user. The reason our second text view was displayed on top of our other text view was because of the type of root view we have chosen. In this example, our root view is a view group called Constraint Layout. Root views and view groups are discussed more in depth in another video. In a constraint layout, the default position for every view added to the layout is the top left-hand corner of the screen. Unless otherwise specified, views are stacked on top of one another in the order in which they are listed, so the last view listed would be on top of the stack. To make our app look more organized, we are going to constrain the top of our second text view to the bottom of our first text view. In order to do this, we must give our first text view an ID which we can reference in our second text view code. The names for your view IDs can be whatever you want them to be. Now let's run the code and see what happens. Our second text view is still positioned to the left-hand side of the screen because that is the default placement for each view. The reason our first text view is centered is because we set its text alignment attribute value to center. We will discuss text view attributes more in depth in the next Android text view tutorial.